Statistics show that anti-Semitism is as high as it's been since the beginning of the Nazi movement.
It's a major threat for Jewish communities. We see that Jews are afraid to wear the yarmulke or the Magen David and to go out on the street. We have the case of Paul Kessler, a professor who quietly raised an Israeli flag in the streets of LA and was brutally murdered by pro-Palestinian protesters.
Israeli government minister Amichai Chikli handles issues relating to Jews worldwide. He recently shared a report on this dramatic rise and focused on key incidents of 2023, mainly the murder of Jews and Israelis in the U.S., Tunisia, and Egypt, and U.S. university presidents arguing that calls for genocide of the Jews did not violate their code of conduct. Chikli tells CBN News much of this can be traced to universities receiving funding from foreign states like Qatar and organizations promoting terror and jihad.
I think we need to examine what's happening in CARE and other Muslim Brotherhood-related organizations that possess a threat not just for Jews, but also for any other civilian, and especially for the ideology and the values of the Judeo-Christian civilization.
He also echoed cause for alarm within the Palestinian Authority.
Mahmoud Abbas, who says that Hitler exterminated the Jews not because of their religion, but because of the social role and financial business. This is basically Hamas, almost medieval blood labels.
The focus of growth, however, comes back to the United States, which recorded some 45% of worldwide anti-Semitic incidents since October 7th.
So today the U.S. became the center of anti-Semitism. In terms of the cases that we are facing, we know that this is also the largest Jewish community outside of Israel.
The greatest weapon, though, is social media, which reaches across borders.
We've seen an increase of 1,200 anti-Semitic content that calls for violence against Jews. These are not just posts against Jews. These are posts with a specific intent to commit a violent assault.
Chikli says Israel is changing its strategy from defense to offense, including countersuits against Hamas for war crimes, exposing anti-Semitic indoctrination in UNRWA and the Palestinian Authority, such as its pay-to-slay program, which rewards those who murder Jews, and pressuring governments, decision-makers, and financiers to freeze or put conditions on aid to the PA, UNRWA, and similar organizations. A key reminder that he emphasizes is that the Hamas attacks on October 7th were not just against Israel.
It's against the Jewish people and also against, I think, the Western civilization. The jihadist, the global jihad agenda is not just related to Jews, and it's not just related to Israel. It's the Western civilization as a whole.
Julie Stahl, CBN News, Jerusalem.